Yeah, my name's Joanne Froggatt and I play Anna Smith, who is the head housemaid of the house. So I'm kind of integral downstairs, I would say.
I'm Michelle Dockery and I play Mary Crawley, who is the eldest daughter of the Crawley family.
My character is kind of second in command to the housekeeper, who's played by Phyllis Logan, and my other duties are looking after the girls, so character Mary and Sybil and Edith. So I'm a kind of a lady's maid as well as a housemaid. Yeah, well, my character kind of has two jobs in a way, because she's head housemaid, so she's kind of second in command to Mrs. Hughes, who's the housekeeper. So she'll have responsibilities with the other maids and stuff. She'll be, kind of guiding the other maids through their daily routine and things like that. And she also is lady's maid to the three daughters as well. So she kind of gets extra work to do, but that involves kind of dressing the girls for dinner and the other changes that they have during the day, doing their hair, preparing all their clothes and making sure everything's laid out for them and stuff. So she's quite a busy little bee, really.
I mean, we dress about 3 times a day. It's usually a dress for the morning, and then if we go riding in the afternoon, there's a whole outfit change, and then dinner in the evening. So, I suppose we would see a lot of each other during the day.
Yeah, they do spend a lot of time together, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, when it comes to episode 3, I rely on Anna quite a lot throughout what happens, which I won't give away, but actually it shows, that episode particularly shows how close they actually are.
Yeah, because she confides in Anna, doesn't she? When
Exactly.
She's got a problem and things. So I think, some relationships between kind of master and servant could become really very close. It's not all of them, but depending on the people. And my character's a very kind of trustworthy, honest girl as well, so they do end up having quite a strong
it develops,
friendship
doesn't it?
As such, but it is a kind of within the boundaries of servant and an employee.
And we would have been young girls. I mean, together we would have grown up together, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
So there is a closeness there that isn't always kind of shown in any scene specifically at the beginning, but it does develop throughout the course of the series. Which is really what it's about, the collision at times between upstairs and downstairs, and how they depend on each other. And I think it works the other way around. You depend on us. Well, I think Mary feels an incredible amount of responsibility being the eldest and marrying the right. I mean, really, her whole purpose is finding a husband, which I think for all of the sisters, for all the girls, that's really what our purpose in life is, to find the right man. And so throughout each episode, various suitors turn up, and Mary, she's incredibly stubborn. So if someone is chosen for her as a potential suitor, she'll kind of fight against it just to make a point that it wasn't her decision. And I think her relationship with Matthew is brilliant, because though she's so reluctant to fall for him, I think as it goes on there is definite sparks flying between them. It's like a love-hate relationship, It's okay, actually. I have a corset that's been made for me, and they're always much more comfortable when they're made to fit. Actually, there's a lot of envy from downstairs.
There's costume envy going on. Yeah, I've got to say.
Because the
maids, we only get 2 dresses, and they're very plain. So when we dress the girls, we're just like that. Oh, yeah, I love that dress.
Yeah,
I love that dress. So it's a mixture. Well, it depends on the character, really. Obviously, everyone's got different views. For my character, there isn't at all. She's she's kind of a genuine, honest, nice girl that she's kind of happy to be where she is. She's got a very good position, really, being head housemaid at her age. So I think she's quite fortunate to be where she is in life, for, you know, where she was born and brought up. And I think she's quite aware of that. And for her, I don't think there is that kind of animosity or anything. I wouldn't have wanted to be a maid in 1912 or before. It's like, you know, up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, going to bed at midnight, and constantly working all day with half a day off every fortnight. It's a hard job.
Their day is filled up with quite a lot of things to do, really. I mean, not in comparison to the modern world, but I think, you know, there would have been some kind of schedule for the week, like riding at some point, visiting other people from, you know, day to day, and then, I mean, our in the story, our clothes are made by a dressmaker, so there would have been quite, you know, regular appointments to get the new outfits. And I think Mary probably would keep up with the fashion more so than her sisters. But in comparison to, you know, to modern life, I can imagine it could be very, very boring at times, you know.
Because even dinner takes such a long time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even the whole, you know, the whole event of dinner, just for the family without visitors, is an event. It's quite, you know, there's lots of courses, and, you know, and it takes quite a while, you know, to get through the courses, to get through the, you know, the whole thing. So everything takes quite a long time for the upstairs, doesn't it?
It's true. And everything, but at the same time, it moves very slowly. Whereas downstairs, from what we've seen from this trailer already, it's so far. It seems to be so fast, so much happening. And then upstairs, when we move to the scenes upstairs, there's this kind of serene, calm, slow energy, and I guess that will be great for the audience to see. You know, the difference, the energy between each, you know,
it's
upstairs
like the
and
downstairs that makes the upstairs happen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mary and Edith, who is the middle sister, played by Laura Carmichael, there's such huge rivalry between the sisters. The age gap is very small. I think it's only a year, just over a year, and I don't think they trust each other one bit. And Sybil's the youngest, so I think Mary doesn't have not as much of a distrust in her as with Edith, but the relationship certainly isn't. I wouldn't confide in her because she's a baby, but whereas with Anna, I think that there is a sisterly, a kind of unspoken closeness.
Yeah. I think Anna understands Mary as well, because I think Mary can come across, because like you said, your character can come across as quite stubborn, but she has her own reasons, and I think Anna sees behind the front. I think, you know, and I think they do have that bond together of being that bit closer than just seeing, you know, what other people see.
Yeah, and I think that comes from spending so much time together. She's there when I wake up. She dresses, you know, she's dressing me when if I'm in a bad mood, she'll, I guess, I mean, I think Anna, she's very intuitive. I find that, you know, from the way Jo's playing her, and I think how a maid probably would have to be to, you know, pick up on their lady's mood of the day, or, you know.
Because we have scenes when I'm with you and the girls where I'm you know, supposedly dressing and doing the girls' hair. And some scenes I'm kind of involved in the conversation, and it's quite a girly chat, isn't it, sometimes? And sometimes I don't say anything at all, which is quite nice, because it would be like that. It would be kind of knowing when to be involved and when to be kind of invisible, you know.
And there are times when we ask you questions, isn't there, later on, that we involve her in the conversations that we're having between the sisters.
And there is that swapping of information as well between what's going on downstairs and what's going on upstairs.
Yeah, like with Bates.
Yeah.
Well, I think particularly when someone new arrives, like Bates or Brennan, the chauffeur, when new people are, we want to gauge what they're like, because it's important, I guess, for us that the house is run so well and it's maintained. So I guess it's more about that rather than any kind of relationships or any gossip. Yeah. It's more about it being, I guess it's a more practical gossip rather than...
Yeah, I don't think they're interested in, you know, in the...
Any...
Yeah, tittle-tattle of what happens in the kitchen specifically. Yeah. But if there's a major event, then obviously there's certain things like I'd know more about than the girls would, because I'm closer to those people. So, it's like if someone asks me, I think in the next episode, have you seen the new chauffeur yet? And things like that, because I would have seen him first before. So, so there's bits and pieces. Alistair's been fantastic, and it's just it gives us all so much confidence, I think, to know that he's there all the time, because obviously for my character, a lot of the things I would do in terms of dressing the girls and things like that are really, really specific. So I know not everybody watching is going to be up on, you know, how things would have been done, you know, to the T. But it's really important to Julian and to all of us to get it right. So it's great to have Alistair there. But we had a little bit of etiquette training with Alistair before we started. And just generally finding out really a bit more about the history and about housemaids. I read a book called Keeping Their Place, which is kind of all personal letters from servants to their employers and vice versa. So that was quite nice, because it gave a personal aspect to their relationships, and some were quite, like I said, quite close, and some were not so close. And just reading lots of stuff about the time, watch documentaries and things, just to make sure that that the history was all kind of in there. And I think for women as well, it's such a different time that it's important just to keep that in mind, because it's before we had the votes. And, you know, our hierarchy in society was so different that it's things like that quite the big change, I think.
I think for us upstairs, so much of it is in the script, actually. I mean, I didn't feel, apart from watching some films that were useful, Gosford Park is an obvious one, and Remains of the Day is also a good one, but that's more to do with downstairs as opposed to upstairs. I mean, Alistair has been really useful, and I mean, not really so much research I did before.